Would you be okay with your boyfriend secretly copying your apartment key? I'm 34, and I need to know if I'm overreacting here, because right now I'm furious and my boyfriend thinks I'm being unreasonable. So my boyfriend is 61, and he's repeatedly told me over the past several months that I need to make a copy of my apartment key, so he can have one. Every single time this topic has come up, I've tried to steer the conversation away from it, because honestly, I didn't want him to have a key. I didn't want to flat out hurt his feelings by telling him no directly, so I kept treating it like something we'd discuss, then we'd both kind of forget about it until the next time he brought it up. It also really rubbed me the wrong way because I felt like I was being ordered to do something, not asked. So, I try to change the subject to avoid getting into a fight about it. Now here's where things get complicated. I just got out of the hospital yesterday afternoon. While I was admitted, I obviously needed someone to take care of my cats and feed them, so I left my apartment key with my boyfriend so he could come by and handle that. Tonight when I got home, I dropped my key while unlocking the door, and it fell down through this gap between the boards on my porch. I crawled under the porch with my phone as a flashlight trying to find it, but I couldn't see it anywhere down there. I didn't want to immediately panic and involve my landlord and get charged some ridiculous replacement fee, so my next thought was to call my boyfriend. I figured maybe he could help me search for it tonight. Or worst case, I could crash at his place and then search better in the daylight tomorrow morning before finally involving my landlord if we still couldn't find it. When I called him and explained the situation, he asked me to guess what he'd done while he had my key. That's when I found out he'd made a copy of it without telling me. A copy I never agreed to. A copy I'd been actively avoiding giving him permission to make. Then he got upset because I kept calling him dude while we were talking. He told me to stop calling him that. And I distinctly remember asking him if he'd prefer I call him an asshole, a douche, or a dick instead because what he did was an asshole, douche, and dick move all rolled into one. I asked him when exactly he was planning to tell me about the secret key, and he said when he returned my laptop mouse. For context, I'd forgotten my mouse at home and asked him to bring it when he visited me in the hospital. He forgot it in his car. Then he forgot to bring it inside the next minimum of 2 times he came to feed my cats. I pointed out to him that I'd been home for 24 hours by this point. We'd spoken and texted multiple times. I'd had to go pick up my original key from him yesterday because he didn't leave it in the mailbox like I'd asked, and at no point did he mention the copy. My intention was calling him out on having plenty of opportunities to tell me, and that he was clearly keeping this as a secret. He tried to defend himself by saying we'd talked about it and I'd never said anything against it. I flat out told him that's not how consent works. Silence isn't yes. Yes is yes. He also claimed I'd asked for a key to his old place. I told him I absolutely had not asked for that. He offered it to me, and I accepted because I didn't want to hurt his feelings by declining, even though I never used it. Finally, he asked if he could just return the copy, and that would fix everything. I told him no. This wasn't something that could be fixed so simply. He violated my trust. He did something I'd been clearly avoiding, and right now I'm still deeply upset about it. So, am I wrong for staying mad about this?